All right, and we are live. What's going on? What's happening? You guys, I was going to wait till after I was done getting my walk on, but you know what I'm saying? While you up early, you got to getting these thoughts and these downloads. I'm going to start, like, you know what I'm saying, dropping these videos facelessly, um, effortlessly in the middle of the night when I'm getting them. So you guys are in for a treat. Anyway, I was just thinking about um, modern narcissism. And I know you guys hate the N word, so I'll use something different. Let me slow this down. Been on it for 30 minutes. My feet starting to drag. Uh, toxic people, um, energy vampires, people that literally feed off negative energy and alchemize it, and it makes them feel amazing. These kind of people. Now, if you're like me and you're like an alchemist, you can pick up on this trait from these people, and you can add it to your repertoire, and you can dig in your bag whenever you got people hating on you to use that negative energy and transmute it, right? But these people create negative energy. They bask on it. They're reactory, AB people. You know the word. Can't say it on YouTube and TikTok, but that reactory, you know what, is one of their main methods of feeding. And I'm just talking to the people out there that are positive, however you want to classify yourselves, or you know conceptualize it, I guess chosen ones, something like that. The people that just have a positive outlook on things, always looking for a way to fix, their problems, and not even looking at things as problems, looking at them as lessons, right? Well, there are situations and times where chosen ones or people like this can't get away from certain people. It could be a manager on your job, it could be a coworker, it could be a family member, it could be a friend that lives next door, right? That you figured out who they are and you don't want them around no more. So the people that you're stuck in proximity of, you obviously can't just go no contact. Can't do that because you're stuck around them. So what you have to do is you have to go gray rock method. Okay, gray rock method is my number two. My favorite is no contact, block and delete. That's my number one go-to. But if I'm around or stuck in a situation where I have to deal with people that I wouldn't deal with on a regular basis, I go gray rock method. And gray rock method is, you know what I'm saying, you're giving people a stoic, non-reactory face, no matter what they're saying. Right? So no matter what they're saying, which they're very good at trying to get under your skin to get an initial reaction. But if you've already set in your mind that this person is toxic, no matter what they're saying, good or bad, you won't get caught off guard by it, right? That's why it's always good to have discernment and great boundaries. Because with these boundaries, you establish, because you love yourself more than anything else. It don't matter how slick someone thinks they are about energy harvesting, being an energy vampire, trying to, get a reaction out of you to feed off your positive energy. It don't matter how good they think they are. When you're centered, when you're self-validating, and you're not faking it, these people think that you're faking it because they're faking everything, right? They don't believe you when you say that you're this new person, or you're the kind of person that is positive and you don't feed into negativity. Or they either want to still believe that you're an old version of yourself, which is what family and old friends do, or some coworker or whatever. They want to believe that you're some fake, some fraud, some charlatan. And you're real about this. You're super real. So when you tell people you have boundaries and you ain't gonna take no negativity, but you're not gonna argue, you implement it whenever you feel you're being disrespected. And as slick as they think they are, and as much as they act like nothing bothers them, when you start distancing yourself in whatever way, they start doing crazy things. You thought they were doing kind of weird stuff. No, no, no. When you start distancing yourself, they start doing a lot. they start doing things out of character. They start interrupting their normal patterns and routines and just start doing things spontaneously. You know what I'm saying? They'll try to find a way to create a reason for you to interact with them, right? Because they're not humble, so they don't want to come to you directly and try to speak. They want to catch you when you're doing something, or make it seem like they might know something that they can help you out with, or what I'm saying, you'll just give them the greeting of the day, and they'll take that as an opportunity to run with it and start talking about a bunch of nonsense, negative nonsense. Because listen, when you're a masculine loner, and you're on your purpose, you guys don't gossip, man. You don't gossip. Hold on. Oh, I had the freaking Wi-Fi on. I don't even know if the video is even on playing any audio. If not, then I have to get back on here. I'm gonna finish it off real quick. You guys aren't gossipers. That's not what you do. That's not your thing. You know what I'm saying? But these people, when they figure out that you know what they're about, they really get like triggered. You ain't even got to do nothing, and they'll start acting weird, moving weird, and then you just need to document and clock the things that they're doing, right? They'll try to create problems for you. They will make up scenarios, right? Because you say you're not a gossiper and you're like me, you don't even care about what politics are going on right now. They'll try to drag you into it because they don't like that you aren't into the politics and the drama that's being created by the two-headed coin that's running our system, right? And since you ain't got no power over it or them, you don't let it bother you. People that are completely affected by the government and let them run them emotionally, you know what I'm saying, even though they know they have no control of it, you know what I'm saying, they get bothered by you not caring about it like that, right? Like it triggers them. You know what I'm saying? It makes them feel some type of way. So what they'll do is start coming up with all kind of stuff in their head. Oh, he must be a Trump supporter. He must be a MAGA guy. He must be just making stuff up because you won't join in with the discord and the time wasting thing called gossiping and hating a man or a system, through the government that you have no control of, wasting time in your day and wasting energy being upset at something you have no control of. None. It's nonsensical to me. As a matter of fact, it bothers me. It triggers my spirit when someone tries to drag me into some stupid ass, I don't know, small talk, right? Just small talk. Just nonsensical, stupid waste of time. Small talk, talking about a celebrity, talking about the government, talking about people that are out there doing things while we sit on our butts talking about them. It makes no sense to me. This is why I don't watch sports. I'm watching grown men being active and handling their business and staying in shape. I'm watching them instead of doing something myself. No. Now I watch them knock each other out, but just guys running up and down the field and playing basketball and being active and healthy, and I'm just not going to do it. And I look at the same thing when it comes to gossiping. I don't get them. Those celebrities are rich. They give a crap less about us. Why am I going to gossip about? I'm just making them more relevant. I'm making them more relevant. I don't even want to make no celebrity relevant with the way that they're all ritualistic and weird. I'm not giving no energy to no government. And yeah, I take the parts that they're doing right and I repost them, but I don't take no stance. You don't see me taking no stance either way it goes. I'm an Army veteran for one. I respect the position of the president no matter who's in the seat. But no, like sitting out here making assumptions about me based off the fact that I don't complain about the person sitting in the seat right now. These same people never said a word when Biden was in office. Mr. Otto Penn himself. Ain't no word said about him since he left. Ain't no word was said about him while he was in office. With everything that was going on during then. The way the system, the money and everything, they don't care. They're just cultists. They're part of that liberal cult. And it's everybody that gets elected underneath that hat. And no, they're just as bad as the far right. They're just as bad. Like, you know how far righters hate and discriminate and prejudice and racist towards certain people? These left people, if you're not part of their cult and gang, it don't matter what race you are, they hate you too. It don't matter if you're a family member, they hate you too. They hate you too. So what you got to realize is these are broken people. These are people in their negative, low vibrational energies trying to project that onto you because they don't have nothing else on you. They got nothing else on you to complain about, so they got to go off your political affiliation that they don't even know what it is. They're just making assumptions, right? Because they have nothing else. You know what I mean? And when I say shade and things of that nature, I'm going to bring in a couple different ways that people try to shade me recently. Yeah, and these are friends and family members. So don't think it's just some YouTuber or TikToker or random troll, right? Of course, those people are going to be decent at shading. But I've been shaded recently where, I ain't even really trying to have the conversation, but I mean, I'm talking to someone, this friend, you know what I'm saying, longtime friend, and the news is on in the background. They can hear it's about Trump, and this guy goes, I don't know how we got on the subject of this. I think he randomly said it, but he goes, I really feel bad that these people, this dude is not providing the services that our veterans need when they come back from Iraq. The psychological evaluations that are needed, when they come back from Iraq. Immediately caught the shade. And I immediately judged the person saying it. Immediately. Right? Didn't respond to him. I'm like, I know this person is not talking. Trying to throw shade, knowing I'm a doggone veteran. Right? So you're implying that mentally stable. Well, see, the problem with that is I make more money than you. I've always made more money than you. I look better than you, look younger than you, raising my kid on my own. And to people that don't disrespect me, they'll tell you I'm a hell of a guy. The problem is when you're disrespectful shit and you like to throw shade, I call you out on it. So if you want to make that seem like that's a problem, I'm short-tempered, well, then that's going to be you getting the short end of the stick, but that's not everybody, right? It's insane for you to assume your perspective on me is the truth and nothing but the truth and the reality of the situation, and it's not. It's your loser self having a problem with somebody that's doing the best they can to become the best version of themselves. And there's something about them that's triggering you. I can't sit here and act like I'm some type of psychic or God and say I know exactly what it is, and I could go through the list of things you've normally heard. I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna make the assumption. It don't matter whether it was childhood, if it was in their younger years as a teenager, as a younger adult, or at the age they are now. It doesn't matter. These people are haters, and whatever causes them to hate on you, who minds their own business, who don't gossip, who doesn't talk bad about anyone, to come up with a reason to try to say something against them is mind-boggling. But yeah, when these people try to throw shade like that, you don't respond. You don't respond. You know what I'm saying? You don't respond. And when I say not respond, I mean you don't react. You can respond, but you don't react. Some people, you know what I'm saying? You might want to respond to them as a family member or something like that. You won't come off too disrespectful, but you don't have to react to it. They want you to react. You level set. And the way I like to level set is when they say something, I make an awkward, long pause. Right? So the negative energy connection that they try to make with me, it gets cut off automatically. Right? Long, awkward pause. And then I'll be like, oh, okay. And then walk off. Or, you know what I'm saying? I'll say, oh, okay, that's your perspective. And then I'll walk off. I'm not going to go into any more detail. They're going to be getting hung on me saying your perspective and walking off. Or me just saying, oh, okay, and walking off. They don't know what I think about it. They don't know if I read between the lines at the shade they're throwing towards me. I don't give them no kind of emotional reaction. You guys see my facial expression online. I don't give them any kind of facial reaction to read my face. No kind of body language. Just gray rock or gray stone, whatever the crap it is, right? You're hitting them with that method. Gray rock method, whatever. You're hitting them with that method, man. And see, you think that wouldn't matter. Oh, I wouldn't care about that. I just go about whatever I was doing. First of all, you wouldn't have said that shady shit in the first place. You wouldn't have use the opportunity for news to be playing in the background, you know, and you can hear it, news being played in the background. I think it was in my house, music playing, TV playing in the background about Trump, and using that as an opportunity to segue into thinking or talking about how veterans need more psychological evaluations when they get back from Iraq. Right? You use that opportunity to try to set up and frame some type of narrative to basically tell me what you think of me, or you think of the way that I move, without saying it directly. But it's low IQ and it's beneath me. So I'm not gonna, like, to assume that person, first of all, for that person to assume that their perspective would mean that much to me for me to care is crazy. It's crazy right there. I've been to war twice. I cut people off at the drop of a dime, but you felt the need to try to shade me directly to my face, or, you know, directly over the phone. You try to shade me directly, and I'm just showing you that what you're saying and what you're doing don't mean nothing to me. Your perspective and opinion doesn't mean nothing. You thought you were slick. You felt good by saying it to my face because you talk so much about me behind my back. But when you said it to my face, I didn't react. Now, I picked up on what you put down. This is how you show them that you picked up on it. You install those boundaries. You deny access. You pull back on their access to you. Now, if you got to be around people, of course, you got to be around them. But when you're around them, you keep it short, sweet, and you keep it trucking. Hey, hi, bye, good day, good afternoon, good night, bye. Right? They try to start up a conversation about something, short, few word responses, and keep it trucking. Don't feel bad for them. Why would you? But some of you probably would. You know, some of y'all are really good people. Why are you feeling bad for them? This person has stepped across your boundary multiple times. They know who you are. They know how you live, but they want for their opinion, which is a collective opinion between them and whoever else is gossiping about you, to matter to you. And you're showing this piece of shit that it doesn't. I don't care who this person is in your life. You are allowed to live your life the way you want to, and you should not be bullied into whatever group think or group way of moving that these idiots are doing, because 9 times out of 10, you're moving in a different kind of way. You're making your money differently, and you're probably more laid back and have more time on your hands than these people. You don't know where this hatred's coming from. People love to disguise, you know, their malice towards you and their hatred towards you behind something else, like constructive criticism, you know what I'm saying, concern, right? What I just said, a so-called observation. This person's never been in the military. Why are you even trying? What would make this person sit there and watch the news and then think to themselves that veterans aren't getting enough mental evaluations when they're coming home? Why, where would that come from? And this person has nothing to do with the military. It's that person who, you know, is a low-key hater of yours in a group with a bunch of haters, and those other haters are feeding him these ideas, right? That he's just in there rambling his mouth about you, and haters are feeding. Well, you know, I mean, he's in the army, so you know how they are when they come back. Now, mind you, a lot of veterans come back, do just fine, blend right in, love life. The only difference most of the time about us is we love life more than the average person, because our life could have been taken from us at any point in time. And that's where the love of life comes from, that y'all really see me do. From being in Iraq twice, and we gotten blown up any day. We were getting mortared, bombed every day, every night by those Iraqis, every night. Could have been an end for me. Pray to God, got through it. I have a love of life. That's why you see veterans live like 100, right? And everybody's like, why do they live so long? They have appreciation and love and gratitude for life that other people forget. And while people are throwing shade at me and other veterans that have deployed like me, with that low IQ shade that person tried to throw at me, I judge that person. I don't listen to what they said and internalize it. I judge them. Who are you? You've never served. You've never done nothing bigger than yourself. And when it was spoken about, you were saying things like you was going to try to, you wouldn't, if you would never join, and if they drafted people, you would run away to another country. That's coward talk. Why would I listen to a coward who ain't built like me? Because I felt offended when 9/11 happened, and I joined at 16. We're two different people. We're two different people. So you're thinking that you're saying something that I'm going to respect based off of your position in my life, when you don't understand your real position in my life is not someone needs to be listened to on that serious of a level. I've been doing what I want to do since I was like 14, 15. Had a job since I was 15, got my parents to sign a waiver, had 2 jobs at 16, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like making money, and then joined the army right after high school at 17. You know what I'm saying? Went in the army at 17, turned 18 in basic, turned 21 in Iraq. You know what I'm saying? I sacrificed my younger years so I can live like I live now. And then I'll have people that didn't sacrifice trying to tell me what they think about soldiers needing psych evaluations. That don't make any sense. You're not doing nothing worth talking about. You're also the kind of person that if I were to ask people about you, they would say that you're short-tempered. You know what I'm saying? That you're a hothead, that they can't say nothing to you, that you're stubborn. So if people are telling me that about you, and you're trying to tell me I need a psych evaluation, you might need to clean your own, you know what I'm saying, closet out. You might need to be worried about yourself, because you might be doing some projecting. Yeah, that's what you might be doing. And see, I can see through it. So you guys could think, oh, this guy finds a way to get out of accountability every which way he can and blame it on everybody else. No, no. I take full responsibility for myself. I'm up right now working out. Trust me, I take full accountability for myself. I'm always adjusting my shortcomings. I'm always talking to God. So therefore, I don't need no one to tell me about myself. I don't need for you to do it, because I don't do nothing to nobody. I don't tell no one about themselves. I don't gossip. I don't bring up negativity. I'm always bringing something positive around. And I notice even with family members and close friends, being positive like that, it just triggers them. They'll say the most off the wall, weird stuff. You'll say something about being some positive stuff. You think it's positive. You just triggered them talking about the exercise you just did. You know, you talking about how, you know, life is in this realm and how God led you to this place. That ain't according to their Bible. You're triggering them. You didn't say Jesus Christ enough in the sentence. You didn't say in Jesus' name. You didn't say that. So now they got something else. Do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm getting at? When they don't like you, there's always a reason for them to dislike you. You know what I'm saying? And they'll always show themselves. Like that whole thing I just told you about, the Jesus Christ thing. I've had people I prayed with and been around people, and I'm talking about, you know, I'm a child of God, but because I don't say Jesus Christ, they feel like I'm not in alignment where I need to be. And so they want to force me to say Jesus Christ in front of them to prove to them, to make them feel better off some craziness they made up on their own. I have nothing to do with. And I don't do it. So now it's like, oh, yep, see, I knew it. I knew it about him. He what he say is, nah, you're a weirdo. And the devil's working through you. And I'm not going to let him. I'm not going to let him. None of that is necessary. None of it's necessary. So again, these people, man, they like throwing shade, man. They be thinking that they're cute. What happens when you're around energy vampire, if you don't volunteer your energy to them, like people pleasing, running to them, try to talk to them, even though you know they're going to be negative, then they're going to run you down. They're going to try to chase you down to get the energy out of you. And when they start doing that, now the ball's in your court. You know, they got to wait for you to come through and say something to them so they can finally let loose a bunch of nonsense that the conversation wasn't even going towards. Right? So you could be talking to them, and the next thing you know, they'll say something off the wall, and it's a complaint. It's like they're bitching or complaining about something that you kind of do, you know, and it ain't got nothing to do with the subject of whatever y'all talking about. But they got to slide it in because they know you're not going to be around long enough to give them a chance to be real shady. These people, man, I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, got to be real careful out here. They love to throw the shade, man. And that was just a small example, you know, of how people, just be careful when people are talking to you. Like you have a whole person talking to you about veterans needing psych evaluations coming back from Iraq, and you are a veteran that got back from Iraq. And they talking to you like you ain't picking up this playing in your face, man. Being disrespectful as all get out. And you think I'm going to respect that person when they're done? You're crazy. They're getting the Greystone method, the Grey Rock method, and that's it. It ain't got to be, no, I'm going to argue with them. That's what they want you to do. No, you pull your energy back. Your boundaries get deeper. You don't be around or engage with that person as much as you possibly can. You shorten your sentences with them. You keep it real short, 2 to 3 words. 2 to 3 words. What you going to do? You going to say something to me about it? No, you're not. You're too much of a coward to say directly to me what you have to say against me or the problem you have with me. So you ain't going to say nothing to me while you obviously can tell I want nothing to do with you or nothing to do with conversating with you. You're not gonna say nothing. You just gonna stick your lip out. You're gonna walk around mad and upset. You think that bothers me? No. Let this person, whenever you see them, walk around with a mean mug. Hey, guess what? They ain't saying nothing to you. It's a win-win. They think that they're more important than what they are. So while these people are trying to center themselves in your life because your energy's so great, it's the easiest way for them to get to you, to feed off your energy. Don't let them. We ain't got to be around nobody. And if you made yourself believe that you have to people please, and no, you ain't got to be around nobody. That goes for anyone disrespecting or taking advantage of your energy. Anyone, right? And when you pull back, the people that aren't doing it on purpose will realize what they're doing, come to you, talk to you. The ones that are in their ego know what they're doing and mad, not because of what they did, but because you figured it out and you've pulled your energy back, you called your energy back, they're going to start acting irate. They're going to, like I said, try to start some type of, I'm going to say argument, but some type of engagement, right? So they can get you out of character, or, you know what I'm saying, get you to react instead of respond to some off the wall crap they're going to say to you. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I've had people that are mad that I don't get involved with the whole Trump mess, saying wild stuff, right? So since I won't let the politics that they're constantly feeding us through the news get to me, and, you know, all the fear mongering they do about, you know what I'm saying, these new diseases coming back or whatever, these old diseases that are coming back, and they're online, like, oh, all these new breakouts of, you know, all this stuff they're bringing back, right? You know what I mean? Since I know what the government does and I know how it runs, I move a certain kind of way of calm. These people react to everything they put out, right? I know how this works. They need for us to manifest this crap for them. They need for us to be upset, scared, and thinking the worst to manifest this stuff for them. I don't let them have my energy like that. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I'm going to pray to God and I'm going to believe it and know God's going to handle it. I'm not going to be worried. And when you have that kind of energy on you, it triggers people that even though they claim that they're a child of God, they worry about everything that the government says or the news says, social media says. And when the media is not saying nothing, they're going on social media looking for some negativity, right? If they ain't saying nothing, they're going on the radio looking for it. If that ain't working, they're going to some gossip looking for it. They're always looking for something negative. They need to be a victim some type of way. They need to be a victim, right? So, you know, when you can see this stuff a mile away and you see somebody trying to trigger you into stuff, I've had people go as far as to say, because I got my passport and stuff, but they know, excuse me, they know I'm working on getting my son. See, this is me talking too much. They know I'm working on getting my son's passport. They got a weakness. They know I deeply care about my son, and the only thing I would worry about would be him, right? If I was worrying about anything. So now they know that I'm trying to get him his passport, got my lawyers on it. I ain't got it just yet. Trump running around with ICE. Hey, you know, they arresting black people. Your son might get arrested. You know, he's kind of light skinned, so he's looking kind of, you know, Hispanic or something like that. Are you serious? This person hates the fact that I'm so calm that they are making up scenarios. And you know, when you do stuff like this, right, it's witchcraft, because you had to create a thought that has never happened. We have no reports on this happening yet. You know, you had to create a thought. Probably you and a couple other people had to create a thought, and then you had to speak it into existence, right? You spoke on this. So instead of you speaking positivity about me and what I'm trying to do, you would rather speak something negative over my child to get me afraid of ICE doing something to him, just so I can get in this whole mix of what's going on with him. And I'm telling everybody, stay out of it. That's how far they'll go. That's how far they'll go. Right? So I'm up late at night because I got to talk to God. I work out, I relieve all my stress. So by the time the day starts and these people try to mess with me and get under my energy, I'm chill. I've accomplished everything I need to do as far as my mindset, my body, my spirit, everything. I'm good to go. I'm balanced. I'm ready for the day. I'm armored up with God. I'm ready. So no matter what they say that they think they're going to catch me off guard with, it don't matter. I already know you're going to say some crazy shit. It doesn't matter. You know, whatever you thought about all long and hard when you should have been working on yourself and thinking about how to improve yourself, when you present it to me, I'm gonna give you this gray rock look and energy and response that you just gonna want to get away from me and be mad because you're not getting what you want. Right? I'm making you feel bad. I'm draining your negative energy while you try to drain my positive energy because I'm an alchemist. I can also feed off negative energy, fuck face. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Leo. Anytime I'm around something, if I want that skill, I take it. Yeah, I want that. I got it. Oh, so y'all drain negative energy and you transmute it. But you need to live off negative energy where I live off positive energy and I can just tap into the negative energy as I see fit. You know what? I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. And I'm going to use it against negative people and negative people only. That's what I do. That's all that I do. You know what I'm saying? Man, I just be assimilating all kind of stuff. And when you can do that trick better than the narcissistic person trying to do it to you, they get real, real mad because you're not doing it with ill intent. You basically shut down their method of draining energy because they're doing it through this mental manipulation, psychological type of way of trying to get to you. And you shut it down effortlessly and walked off. Conserved your energy back wherever you at, you know what I'm saying, in your vehicle, headed to your house or at your house, chilling, you know what I'm saying, laughing and everything else. They can't stand that. They can't stand it. They wanted to knock you off your pivot. They want to knock you off they can't do it now, right? Try to throw some shade at you. You picked up on it, and then you shaded them real slick like and then walked away. And then now you're conserving your energy even more. So if you were still like being around them and talking to them, they thought they got away with it. Nah, when you pull away from them, they know that you picked up on it. They know. And now they're going to be sitting there wondering like, oh, man, what do they think about what I said? You know, because that's what they do. That's what they do, man. They don't want you to really pick up on what they're doing. They don't want you to really know that they can't stand you. They don't want you to really know that. Come on, man. How can they get access to your clean, beautiful, bright energy if you know that they're a hater, right? And I always show them that I know they're a hater. I don't do it in a malicious way or nothing like that. And every now and again, I'll throw some shade their way. 9 times out of 10, I'll go over their head. They'll think about it later, though. I'll just randomly throw some shade their way, throw them off their pivot. They thought they were going to say something to me. Got to be quicker than that. I said it to them first. Once you identify as a hater and a wicked person to me, hey, all bets are off. I'm going to use all of the, you know what I'm saying, mental manipulation, dark psychology tricks on you because you've given me the right to. You try to play in my energy, so now you are allowing me to be as negative as I want to be, right? I don't do nothing to good people. I love good people. But if you're a wicked person and you think that you better than me who's trained by the government, oh, no, I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you why I'm calm. I'm going to show you why, you know, what you say don't matter. I've been to Iraq twice. Once you dodge death like that, you don't care what nobody's saying. And I'm going to break your will. I'm going to break your spirit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to break your consciousness, man. So stop playing with these people. I don't care who it is, what relation they have to you. Once they up and decide if they want to disrespect you, play in your energy, do what you got to do. Man, dehydrated, y'all. Hang on. Well, that's my hour of walking. I'm going to lift some weights. And then, you know what I'm saying, after the shower, dude, I'm going to go ahead and get online and do what I do, man. So you guys, you know what I mean, stay tuned. Appreciate y'all joining me. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Again, just my rants, my observations, right? So this is just my observation on energy vampires, narcissistic people, and people that just, they live off negativity. Like, if you've ever studied these negative people, everything they do is off negative energy, man. Everything they do. If they're not gossiping or they're watching the news, and we all know the news is negative. It's not news. It's propaganda. right? So just watching whatever it takes to stay charged up on negativity. If you really watch it, it'll disgust you. You'd be like, I'm disgusted with this type of activity. You do all this just to keep going through the day? I don't play that, man. Once you're identified as a negative ass person that feeds off negativity, you're not going to feed off my energy like that, man. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And what you going to do about it? You're not going to do nothing. Cut my energy off from you. You work up the nerve to say something to me directly. I'm going to tell you about yourself and why I did it. And you're going to do nothing about it. That's why, as you know, men, we have to train. Because if they want to get froggy, get your ass beat. Okay? That's all there is to it. And they ain't going to try you. So, you know what I'm saying? You guys just put them in their place. You ain't got to be mean or nothing like that. Do the gray rock method and just respectfully love them from a distance and draw your energy back and call your energy back and then create distance. Just like, don't be around them as much. If you have to be around them, keep the conversation short, sweet, to the point, and always know in the back of your head, this wicked ass person might get upset enough to try to confront you. Make sure you always have your ducks in a row in your mind when you're around this person. So when they do go ahead and open their mouth too much, you let them have it. And it seemed like, you know, you're a lawyer. You got everything because you've been waiting on this fool to step out of pocket. You've been waiting. Oh, okay. I'm glad you finally said something. Let me go and tell you about yourself. By the time I get done with them, they're going to be like, what are you doing? Taking notes of everything I did? I don't take notes. I can observe. I don't need to study you. I can just observe. So if you think that you're studying me and observing my habits, I'm observing yours. The minute you open your mouth and think you're going to tell me about myself, best believe what I say about you going to hurt your feelings way more than you could hurt mine. Trust me. Because I'm actually trying to improve every day. Whatever you're saying is 9 times out of 10 an old version of me. Whatever I say about you is current. And you're not doing nothing to improve it. Okay? Very easy. You know what I'm saying? That's why you should always be self-evolving. So that way, if somebody, you know, trying to run their mouth, well, that was me a month ago. You ain't keeping up. You ain't paying close enough attention. Have you been noticing what I've been doing this month to correct that? You ain't even got to explain that to them. Anybody that has sense can tell that you're evolving. But you can tell them about themselves. You can bring up something from years ago. I guarantee they're still doing it. Guaranteed. And if you're noticing anything current of the last month or so, week, guarantee they're still doing it. So you ain't got nothing to worry about. They ain't gonna never call you out. They know better. But again, you guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Drop a comment if you agree or disagree. I'm gonna slap a thumbnail on this, but again, I gotta knock out this workout real quick, man. Just got through walking. I gotta lift weights for a little bit, and then we'll knock out insanity, and then we're gonna do what we do. Okay. But again, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all joining the live stream. Make sure y'all sharing it. If you're a content creator, repost it. I don't think I cuss too much, but even if I did, support my growth. Support my growth. Hit that like button. Anyway, love and light. I'm your brother, and I'm out.
It's on mute. Hey, hold on. Bitch, be quiet. A lot of niggas fake, so I'm moving in silence.